Hey guys, today we're going to be making Ropa Vieja, which is a very, very delicious Cuban dish. This is flank steak here. The flank steak is going to cook under pressure for about 20 to 30 minutes until it is very, very soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put onion, garlic, bay leaves, and salt. And that is all I'm going to put in here for now. We'll see you in a little bit. I put a couple of bay leaves in here. I'm going to be putting in some Sazon Tropical, which this has no MSG, and I like it better than Sazon Goya because of the no MSG, and it gives it a really good flavor. So I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and start cooking, and then I'll get back with you. Guys, so I have the meat already cooked, and this meat, it shrinks up quite a bit. And you just kind of break it apart. It breaks apart really super easy. I mean, you barely have to even touch it. It's falling apart. And this is going to be the basis for our Ropa Vieja. And what Ropa Vieja is a Cuban dish. And translated, it means old clothes. And the reason it's called that is because the meat is all shredded. Like old clothes would be shredded. But anyway, this is what we do. We shred it all up. I'm going to shred it and put it in this pan right here. And I'm going to chop up the rest of my ingredients. And I'll go over those ingredients with you here in just a few minutes. I finally found my little tripod. I had lost it. I had misplaced it. And it's really hard to make little video without it. But here it is. Finally got it. And this way, when you break apart the meat, you can take out like the little veins and stuff. I don't like to eat those. Some people don't care, but I do. So you shred it all up. And this is so delicious. This is eaten over white rice. And that's what I'm going to make today. This is my daughter's favorite meal. So I'm making it for her. Alright, so I'm gonna not record the whole time I'm shredding this because it's just redundant. So I'll get back with you guys here in a few minutes and we'll cut up the rest of the ingredients. The one pot thing, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Instapot. And this is where I cooked my meat, and this cooks amazing. See all that broth in there? I'm going to use that broth. I'm not going to waste it. But I got all my meat right here. It's all chopped up. And what you want to do is you're going to set it aside, and then we're going to go with the rest of the ingredients. I got my garlic cloves right here, and I'm going to work on that with that myrtle. I forgot what it's called. This thing right here. Anyway, we're going to chop our onion. And this is a pretty big onion. We're going to chop it up. We don't have to chop this up so small, but we don't want it to be huge pieces either. And I'm actually not going to chop it into not into little pieces. I'm going to cut it into like rings, half rings, because I cut the onion in half. Okay, so it's going to be kind of small. See how fine this is? Pretty fine. That way, it's got the onion flavor, but if someone doesn't really want to eat a bunch of thick pieces of onion, they don't have to see big pieces of onion. I'm going to get my stove going. These are the rest of the ingredients. These are some red peppers I had frozen. We're going to use some more Sazon Tropical, this is awesome. This has got a ton of herbs in it. You can buy this at pretty much any store. It's got salt, garlic, it's got paprika. It's good stuff. It doesn't have any MSG or anything. Okay, so now that the onion has been cut, I'm going to add some oil. Extra virgin olive oil is what I love. I only cook with 2 oils, extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil. And here I put about 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to go ahead and start working on the garlic. I'm just going to cut the ends of the garlic. And these are pretty big pieces of garlic, so I'm going to use 5 pieces. My eyes are burning already from that onion. There's all kinds of tricks and stuff you can do to get the onion not to hurt your eyes, but whew, I don't know. I work fast, so there's no point in doing a bunch of stuff for that. It's going to be cooking in a minute. So I'm putting my garlic in the myrtle and pestle. Anyway, you can correct me if you want to. Put it on the description or the comments. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the garlic. Nice. And I'm working with Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt. We're going to put a little bit in there. Ooh, my eyes are crying. Okay, and then we're going to start nice and gentle at first. While my oil is heating up. This is so good. I haven't made this in a long time. See, and the garlic starts becoming like a paste. There is nothing in the world like fresh garlic in your food. And the meat that we cooked already has some really good flavor because, as you remember, in the water when I put the meat to start cooking, I had put bay leaves in there. I already added some salt and one of the sazons. So now we're going to put the onion in to start cooking. We're going to move this over here so that you can see. And this doesn't have to cook all the way. You don't have to caramelize these onions. You just kind of want them a little translucent. Because the meat's already cooked. We're just kind of putting everything together. And once the onion is a little translucent, we're going to add the garlic. You don't want any of the skins in there. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on the garlic. Because I want it to be more of a paste. My little dog is right at my feet. They went to the vet today and they got shot. So he's like at my feet today. I'm going to add the garlic. There's my granddaughter goofing around. You don't have to go keep them yet. Yeah. So there you have the garlic in there with the chicken. And you don't want this garlic to burn, so you're not going to keep it on high heat for any amount of time. This is like on medium high. Oh my God, the smell in here is amazing. Well, this is cooking a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cut these peppers. If you freeze your peppers, they chop, like you clean them, You can clean them up and you can chop them or not, or leave them whole. See that? All those peppers, they're easy to cut because they're frozen. It's a beautiful dish. You should, you know, food is meant to taste good, but it's also meant to be beautiful to the eye. It makes it more appealing, I think. Alright, that looks so good. Short. It sucks being short. This is the reason why I have a stepping stool in the kitchen. A little bit of wine goes into this. This is cooking wine, which is like regular sherry, but it has a little bit of salt added to it. So I'm not adding any more salt to this dish. I added salt when we were cooking the meat, and I added a little bit of salt to the garlic when I was starting to work on it. So we're not adding any more salt. So once this is the way you want it, which is a little, everything's just translucent, the garlic is not burned, you kind of want to put all your meat in here. Smell in here is amazing. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of cumin powder, about a half a teaspoon of cumin powder. It gives it a really nice flavor. And I'm adding about a half a cup of the wine. And this is going to simmer. Some people put tomato sauce in here. I do sometimes, but it's not necessary. And I'm going to add a little bit of beef stock to this, and I'm going to add a little bit of the water that we cook the meat in. And I'm using Better Than Bouillon. It's very good. And I'm only going to add about a teaspoon of it. It's this thick paste. And then it mixes with the liquid in the dish. And it adds a lot of flavor. And this has salt too, so another reason why I'm not adding any more salt. And this comes in beef, and it comes in chicken as well. Just mixes right in. And now I'm going to add some of the liquid. I'm just going to grab some of this broth and take out all the stuff that's in here, because it's got pieces of onion or bay leaves in here. Just kind of, this is about another half a cup of liquid. Now I'm going to taste it for salt. Oh my God, it's delicious. And the beef, I don't think I showed you the packaging for the meat. This is flank steak. That's what this is. Flank steak. My daughter loves this dish. The salt content is great because this is going to reduce a little bit. I'm actually going to add a little bit more liquid. I'm adding 1/3 of a cup. Because this is going to reduce, you want to reduce it a little bit so that all these flavors kind of marry together. But it's beautiful. It's looking really good. Alright guys, I'll bring you back after I have it ready for plating. Cover it. You want to reduce it to medium low. And this is going to just simmer nice and slow until it's done. And it's pretty much done. I just want the flavors to really blend together and I want them to combine together really well. So this is going to be on medium low for about 15 minutes. Yes, this is the finished product. It is so good. I'm gonna taste it. So good. Delicious. I hope you guys try this dish. And I hope you love it. You can change it up. Add vegetables to it. You can add green peppers. Sometimes I add green peppers and red peppers. Sometimes I add yellow, green, and red. It just really depends. I only had red today. So that's why I only added red. But you can make it your own. Alright guys, I hope you try this. You have a wonderful day. Bye.